Join me on Terra Machine. This is your mid-month July 2017 reading, and this will be for Capricorn. So let me go ahead and give these cards a shuffle to see what energies you're going to be working with for the last part of the month. Okay, in the middle of the reading, what you have is judgment and you have the moon. So, with the judgment and the moon, you may be at a current position that you're waiting for some kind of word on some kind of action or something that you put in that needed a person outside of yourself or outside the parties involved to look in and pass a equal balance in your favor. So you still probably at this time waiting for a word of that to come back, or you still waiting for the last opinion on the situation to resolve itself or get back to you. The second card you have is the moon. And what the moon is saying that you're dealing with unknown factors when it comes to this so-called situation that you waiting for judgment to come through on in your favor. It seems like it's unknown information that's is not being presented, or this unknown information that's being left or not being told to you is throwing a delay when it comes to this judgment coming in your favor. So let's see what you have below you. Below you, you have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. The three of Pentacles in reverse is saying that at this time and your current state that you feel like you, when it comes to a certain situation in your life, you feel like that you don't need to go and work with others. It seems like it's a situation that it's left at your doorstep and that you feel that you need to handle it on your own without any outside doing or some kind of outside interference to mess with your process of trying to move it forward. And this can be in any aspect of your life. You seem like you're more isolated when it comes to this one project or this one goal that you trying to obtain or put into effect, because it's you that has the information and you feel that you have the power to materialize it for yourself. The card you have in the past is the Ten of Wands. So whatever you did, it took a lot of burden, and it was a lot of burden for you to set it in motion or you to set it in place when it came to this so-called situation that you may be waiting for judgment on. But with the Ten of Wands, it's showing that you're at the final stage of carrying the last burden when it comes to a certain situation that's around you or a certain problem that you felt that was dumped on you, and it just was adding extra problems to whatever you need to do. And maybe that's why at your current state below you that you feel like with all these burdens that you have, that you're the only one that can clear them out or remove them from your plate so you can move on to focus on something else that can be more tangible in your life. What's above you is the Ace of Wands in reverse. I mean, the Ace of Cups in reverse. Sorry about that. The Ace of Cups in reverse saying it is that the situation that you're dealing with is a old situation. It's not nothing new about the situation. The situation seems like it's been sitting for a while. It could have been sitting from the beginning of the month or from past months. It's saying that if you're looking for a new thing in this situation to bring you to a state of a new emotional satisfaction, is not. It seems like it's more of a repetitive thing, and as it being so repetitive, it's saying that your emotions are not invested into whatever this may be, that you feel that is no judgment coming forward on it, or somebody is keeping a secret from you when it comes to um whatever you're trying to tie up so you can move on. And the card you have for the future is the Page of Coins in the upright. The page of coins in your future thing is saying that later down the line, towards the end of the month, maybe somebody's going to bring you some information about this judgment that is showing that it may play in your favor and may have a tangible tangible benefit at the end of you tying it up. This page is usually a younger person. It's probably a younger person in the situation. They're usually younger than you, or in this case, if you're waiting for a judgment to be in your favor, the page is maybe a new person that's been put in the place of somebody else that was there before, and they kind of took over, or they became a new part of the situation, and then they may carry the news that you may need to shed some light on a situation that you want to clear up. So let me go ahead. I want to get some clarifier cards on a couple of these. So let me see which one I want to do. I'm going to end up doing the Ten of Wands. Let me see what the Ten of Wands is when it comes to this burden that you had in the past that may be um, messing with a judgment coming to you. It's saying that, okay, you got the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's saying that the situation is a burden is because somebody is not coming up with a new idea or a new angle on trying to clear this matter out for you. It's just saying that you've been going over the same information, and it's you're not finding any new information to find a way to clear this burden out. The second card is the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is a person that's usually an air sign. They probably is involved in this situation with you. And what it's saying is that the Knight of Swords is using his words. So it's saying that this person may be using his words as a roadblock to get to obtain their own individual goal, and that may be a is causing you to take on extra burdens because they may be throwing you under the bus or promising something on your behalf. So let me go ahead and see what the Three of Coins is when it comes to why you don't want to work with somebody. Okay, you made a sound decision because you got the Two of Swords in reverse. So with the Three of Coins, it's saying that on your current space, is saying that you already came to a decision. You stand it firm on it. You probably analyzed it from before and decided that you couldn't find nobody else to help you, so you made a sound decision that you was going to take this, whatever this burden is, you was going to take the action to go ahead and do it yourself without asking for anybody outside yourself to help you with this current situation. And you got the Five of um swords in the upright. So what it was is that you was working by yourself and you made a decision, and you was analyzing a situation that you felt that you was going to go a certain way about it, and it was going to bring victory, but you was second guessing that this victory by you working by yourself was going to cause a disruption to other people involved in the situation. So you was get your victory, but it's also saying that that it's going to come with a burden against somebody else, and maybe that's why the judgment is here, because the judgment upright means usually something is going to go in your favor, but for the last 2 weeks somebody's going to get hurt within this judgment. And let me do the Ace of Cups and see what the Ace of Cups is for you. Okay, the Ace of Cups is showing that you got the Emperor in reverse. It's just saying that this situation cannot be controlled by any facet of yourself or somebody outside of yourself. It's just a situation that needs to play out on its own, and doesn't it the it's saying that this situation is already been set in motion, and trying to take control of the situation won't change the outcome of it, because the judgment is already meant to come down the way it is, and you trying to control it to get some emotional satisfaction from it is just not going to work. It may The judgment is already showing that it's going to come in your favor, even if it's unknown facets about it that's not being exposed. It will be coming in your favor, but it's also saying don't try to control it to the point to get more than what is allowed to get in this judgment. And the last card will be the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is saying go ahead and don't focus on it, because you already set it up something in the future that may come through. So it's saying don't control the current situation that you're in to try to get a judgment. The judgment is already going to come down, and start to focus on something that you already set up in the past that you was hoping to bring something better to you. So I hope you like this reading. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Go ahead and leave your comments at the bottom. You can thumb the video up or down, and I'll talk to you later.